but I'm a little stronger now.
Like you got me when the earth shakes, when the bombs scream, until our last breath, every heartbeat. You know I'll come running. You go to war, then I'm going with you. Pick up my sword, yeah, there's nothing I won't do. When you sound the alarm, when the chaos is rising, leading the charge, yeah, I'm coming, I'm fighting. Swear on the breath that I breathe, I'll never retreat, yeah, I'll be your
Right, welcome back to episode 4 of the Road to the ICN stage. So today I want to talk about the misconceptions of competing. So there are a lot of misconceptions around what you should do when you start to compete. Now, there are 5 myths that I want to talk about when it comes to competing. So these are 5 things that people always ask me when I'm just about to do a show. It's also traps that I used to fall into when I used to prep for earlier on shows. So these are the things that I have kind of learnt and taken away from over time. So the first myth is you can't have complex carbs. Now, the biggest thing when it comes to bodybuilders or talking about competition prep or anything to do with dieting, everyone assumes that you have to have chicken and broccoli, spinach, and it's not. That kind of diet isn't very sustainable for long. So if you're doing like a 12-week cut or a 16-week cut, it doesn't matter what the cut is, you can only sustain a diet like that for too long until you go crazy. So with my diets, I used to eat just chicken and peas and chicken and broccoli, and that was it. And I would starve, like I would be super hungry, and I honestly hated it. Now I have carbs every meal. You can get shredded or you can lose body fat while eating carbs. Carbs are an energy source. Some people don't respond to carbs as well as others. However, a lot of the time it's just calories in, calories out. That doesn't mean that you go in and chuck in things like cereals and things like that, like all the time. I'm talking about more carbohydrates like potatoes, kumara, rice, things like that. They're actually going to benefit you and fuel you. You know, because without the carbs, you're not going to get the pump. You're going to feel pretty sluggish, and you just will not operate to the level that you should be operating at. So the next one is, how much cardio are you doing? As I stated on the first episode, I do not really add any intentional cardio until the end of the prep if I have to. So I have what I call a cutting tool bag, or basically a bunch of things up my sleeve in case I hit a plateau, and one of those being cardio. So I won't intentionally add cardio in unless I really need to. When I say intentional cardio, I mean cardio as in the treadmill or walks outside or things like that. Now, I do have unintentional cardio, things like walking the dog, things like that, that kind of have to be done on a daily basis, things like that are part of your daily routine. Now, if I feel like I'm burning a lot more calories than I should when I'm doing things like walking the dog, I'll just eat more that day. I'll eat as many calories as I've burnt throughout that walk. By doing cardio at the beginning of prep, you go too hard too quick and you lead to burnout. You will shred a whole bunch of body fat, however your energy levels will go down. If you do too much cardio too early on, you're gonna have nothing left up your sleeve to burn those extra calories and the extra body fat later on in the prep. Now this is one of the biggest ones, is starving yourself. Now people get to the point where they think you have to starve yourself in order to get shredded. So the biggest myth I will kind of bust right now is you do not need to starve yourself in order to shred body fat. What will happen if you do starve yourself is your body will go into starvation mode. So it can actually be detrimental to your health and also hinder your fat loss. So what I recommend is having regular meals, you know, sort of like 4 to 6 meals a day, and actually just eating, you know, a decent portion with, you know, your healthy fats, your healthy complex carbohydrates, and your protein throughout the day to kind of keep you sustained, keep you full, keep you satisfied, and that way you'll actually burn more fat because your metabolism is going to ramp up and it's going to adapt to what you're eating and what calories you put into your body at that time. Obviously, as you go on through prep, you're going to have to lower your calories, and then your metabolism will catch up to what you're eating, and then you kind of have to readjust from there. But please do not starve yourselves. If you are trying to lose body fat, that is the worst thing you can do. You're just going to feel sluggish, you're going to feel like crap, and you're just going to have no energy. One of the other myths people say to me is, what is your workout plan? Are you doing higher reps? When it comes to a competition prep, you don't need to change your training style. It's actually more beneficial if you keep your current training program in progress. So you want to keep your strength up, you want to be lifting those heavier weights, you want to be sticking to that 6 to 12 rep range. You know, you want to keep your strength up as long as possible because that is going to help you maintain more muscle mass. Doing more reps is not going to burn more calories. If you're doing it in a HIIT style workout, yes it will, but you're not going to burn more calories by doing higher reps. It is more beneficial to keep those weights going up over time, that progressive overload, and actually maintaining that lean muscle mass through your workout that you're currently doing. If you have a really good workout plan in place before you start your prep, why change it? You know, why go to something where it's higher reps and you have the potential to lose your strength? You know, because the main thing you want to do over prep is maintain your strength, and it's going to help you maintain as much lean muscle mass as possible. People quite often say is, oh, if you're on prep you can't have a social life. I used to be that way. I used to have separate dinners from the family. I used to isolate myself from social events or other people while on prep. Earlier on the prep, you can have a social life. You can go out and you can socialize with other people. You just have to have that self-control. You have to be able to not indulge in what other people are doing, like having a beer or the meal they're having at the time. If you go out, just be smart about it. So instead of having, you know, a burger and some fries or chips, how about you just order a salad, or you order something that's the lowest calories possible that you know you can track and you know you can keep an eye on, that is going to fit into your diet. And if you know you're going to go out and you're going to have a good time, then save your calories throughout the day for the night time. That's what I do. So if I'm going out, I don't know what's going to be on a hand as food. So what I'll do is I won't eat as much during the day. I'll still eat my main meals, but I will limit the calories in them, so that when I get to the night, I'm not going over my current calories and it's not going to throw me out of my deficit. Make the best decision possible and just have a bit of self-control, because if you don't have that self-control, that's when you can get in trouble. That's why I say, you know, have things like carbohydrates, like I said before, because if you're having chicken and broccoli and you do go out to a social event, everyone's having pizza and everyone's having burgers, then you will fall into the trap of having something that you don't want to have, and you will end up binging out. However, towards the end of the prep, if you are kind of, you know, 4 weeks out, 3-4 weeks out, that is kind of crunch time. That is the time to kind of really dial in on your diet. Even 6 weeks out can be, you know, you kind of dial into your diet. That is time to kind of get picky, and you've kind of had that social life before that, and now it's time to get down to the nitty gritty. It doesn't mean you need to be stingy about it and not talk to friends and hang out with them. It just means you have to maybe take meals with you. If you're going out to an event, maybe take something like a protein bar, you know, something in your pocket that is going to actually fit your macros, fit your calories, and actually going to sustain you for that time while you're out. Hope you all enjoyed this video. Hopefully it provided some insight into the myths that you're being told or led to believe. Now, if you like the video, please give it a like, please subscribe, and if you have any questions, file them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you for watching.